was mere luck that enabled you to defeat him.
If you say so.
But why did you not deal him the final blow?
Huh?
Such sympathy is an insult to a knight.
What's the big deal? Besides, I got this, didn't I?
That is Arundite, one of the sacred swords of this land. Take good care of it.
No problem.
We're here.
I've been waiting for you, Knight from another world.
Whoa!
Is the Sonic team high? Alright guys, I get it. It's part of the fantasy lineup that excuses Sega from having any sort of coherency and properly undergoing any sort of necessary redemption. Honestly though, so don't get on my case about this, I didn't mind the whacked out story of Sonic the Hedgehog becoming Martin Lawrence and banging an entire city of Oompa Loompas. It actually did help keep the game interesting. Kinda. Sonic Unleashed was fun. A lot of people wrote it off, and it was kind of good. And even though everyone thinks that I'm a loon for this, I felt the same about Secret Rings. Sonic and the Black Knight, though, not so much. I just really wasn't feeling it. Okay, don't anyone dare accuse me of not digging the idea of sword-based gameplay. Sure, why not? It's a fantasy spin-off title, so why not embrace it? Running at fast speeds and slicing the crap out of everything is fun. However, the controls in the game flat out suck. Goddamn Twilight Princess straight to hell for starting that god-awful trend of random waggling to swing your sword. It doesn't really work here, and it is unresponsive. Yes, with a lot of annoying butt-penetrating practice, you can slowly get a better hang of it, but that doesn't make it fun. It is unshockingly a pain in the ass. Wii developer pro tip: waggle sword swinging sucks. I'm sure that anyone who's half a fag is sure to hit me back with a, well, what did you expect? It's a Wii game, so of course it have motion controls. Alright, 3 things. First, fuck you. Second, just because I happen to own a dick doesn't necessarily mean that I feel the need to rape my friends in the ass every time I see them. And 3, if the Sonic team truly insisted on utilizing motion controls, they could have easily just done something like No More Heroes and map your swing to the B button while you adjust your style of attack depending on what angle you're holding the controller. Wow, bloody amazing. I must be a genius. But no, Sonic Team didn't do this. The idea was not properly tested out. The Sonic Team failed to employ any sort of common sense or hire someone with it to point out the most glaring issue with the game. They went ahead and programmed this crap anyway, and the mentality kinda just shows throughout. The base gameplay engine of Black Knight is kind of fun. You can easily see that it's a retooled version of the Secret Rings engine, and the graphics all look nice, and it's always nice to watch the scenery as you blaze by. But the sword-based gameplay, even putting the waggle bitching aside, is shoehorned in. The platforming has been scaled back drastically to make room for grinding through 2 very different styles of enemies: Demon Knights and larger Demon Knights. Wow, you can tell that the game is just not comfortable in its own shoes and wants to be something else. I can say this all with no qualms against the ideas this game employs. Sword-based gameplay, I'm open to the idea. And honestly, I would have enjoyed it if it worked better. Well, I'm not going to go as far as to say I disliked the variety in scenery. It is still probably the most unexciting in any 3D Sonic game, and there is just a lot of running around on boring flat land. Secret Rings had so much more imagination oozing out from every crevice. Black Knight is short enough to just sort of mindlessly plow your way through in an evening or two, and it is easy enough to never really fall into hate with, but it's just so dull at times. You are Sonic and you are running fast. Sonic is a good character, and the fact that no other series aims for what Sonic accomplishes does give this game an edge. It's kind of unique, and if you're feeling the blind Sonic love, you might actually really enjoy this game for a weekend rental. I might still consider you insane if you do this, But then I have no room to talk since I once somehow managed to convince myself for several years that Spinball was a great game, which it wasn't. I mainly just consider Black Knight to be a lot of wasted potential, although as a Sonic nut myself, if you haven't noticed from my other reviews, I still found myself completing this game for some demented reason, which can be done in about 3 hours. Sonic and the Black Knight for the Nintendo Wii receives... boom, 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 a 4 out of 10.